One of the drawbacks to these rotary shavers are that the replacement of these blades, which they recommend about once a year, are about half the cost of the shaver itself. And you can get some aftermarket ones for, a little under $20. But even better than that, you can do it for free. And the additional advantage to that is that you don't have to wait for that year to get that little extra sharpness, which gives you a little bit better shave. So rather than doing it once a year, replacing it once a year, you can sharpen these blades yourself as many times as you want. Once a month, a couple times a year, however you want to do it, and it won't cost you a penny. Now that's assuming you don't have one of these laying around your house somewhere. I had some in my garage. You can pick these up at any of your Home Depots or hardware stores or auto supply stores, because they use this for doing body work and such like that. This is wet and dry sandpaper. I'm going to use about 600 today. I've seen people use anywhere from 400 up to 800. 600 is a sweet spot for me, a little less drag as I'm moving the shaver head on here. So basically, this was laying around, didn't cost me a penny. And you can do it as often as you want. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Is we first have to open up the shaver, and this comes out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these out and keep them separate. Some people have said that it's best to keep these mated together, that there's an advantage of using the same outside as inside as the blades. I can't confirm that, but it doesn't take any extra effort to do that, so it'll be okay. Now, I want you to take a little close look also. These little tabs on here, they go in on the inside here. And a lot of times, if you know that in advance, moving it around before you set the thing, try to get it to work in advance, it's a lot faster that way. So let's go ahead and open this up. So these just come out pretty easy. Here. And here. And here. These could obviously be a little cleaned. It's been about a month since the last time that I did that, so that's how fast they can accumulate. Clean this up just a little bit. It's not going to affect our sharpening at all, but it's nice to get this out of the way. Okay, so what we're looking for is, see a little shiny part on the blade right here. You want to keep that kind of shiny. These aren't so bad because I did these about a month ago, but I like to do them kind of frequently. There's not much of a big area. As we polish these, you'll see this shiny spot will get just a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and get to the working part. I'm going to put this over here, it's here, and that's here. So we start with just a square of the wet and dry sandpaper. It has to be on a flat surface. If you don't have something you know is completely flat, go ahead and get a piece of glass or maybe a hand mirror or something like that and put that down. You want this to be very flat. And the next thing you do is, after I put some water on here, you just move this around a little bit that way. And so we're going to put just a little dab of water on here. And when we see that there's a little bit of a change of color, that means some metal is being knocked off. And I can see little flecks of metal in there now. Might be a little bit hard to see on the camera, but you don't really have to do it that long. Let's see what we got here. And you can see that the shiny parts are just a little bit bigger. Let's do it a little bit longer. I'm not putting very much pressure. In fact, you could just do it with a finger like this if you wanted to. Doesn't take much effort at all. And I can see that the shiny area is getting a little bit bigger. Let's try it a little bit more. Anyway. So you do that for all of them. I'll put this one over here. Let's bring this in here. You see little flecks of metal that's in the water. here, and here, and one more. When you do this more frequently, like I'm doing, you don't have to do it very long because it's really not all that dull. Okay, so we're done. Move it aside. And clean this off a little bit here. Clean it off a little bit. Clean it off a little bit. Now you can also rinse out these heads a little bit. And rinse out little heads a little bit. Okay. So the next part comes is we put these little heads back in position here. And we get it to where it doesn't move around. See, this is moving, so we need it so it just sets in place. Okay, that one's set in place, so I put, whoops, that one's not set in place. This is what really trips up a lot of people. Where they think it's all put together and they try to use it and the little heads fall out of place. Okay, here we go. It falls in place. And the same thing here. That one went right into place. There we go. And let's see. I spin it around so it kind of falls into place. I think it's right there, right there. Right in place there. And let me double check this one. There, that one's better. Okay. And then the last, put in the little part that holds everything in place. Give it a little bit of a turn. It's stuck in place right there, and then close it. And what they normally don't talk about is getting a little bit of clipper oil. You just put a little bit on each one like this. A lot of times it runs a little smoother after they do that too. Any questions? Put them in the comments below. Please remember to subscribe and share this video to help disabled animals with donated wheelchairs.